Hey guys, Omni here. Earlier today, a clip, a teaser, a sneak peek, if you will, of Zack Snyder's Justice League was released out into the wild thanks to none other than Jason Momoa and his Instagram. This guy, his enthusiasm for this project knows no bounds, and I love it. And I think we, the fans, are better for it. Man, this entire Release the Snyder Cut movement has been one insane roller coaster over the past couple of years, and honestly, I still feel like I'm living in a little bit of a dream world in which we're actually going to be getting this released into the public, thanks to the power of Zack Snyder, the fans, and HBO Max. And, you know, getting our first little taste of it. This is a small little nugget. It's 34 seconds long, but it's our first full glimpse of a finished product from Zack Snyder's original vision. Aside from some of the shots that we saw in the pre-Whedon trailers that we obviously know didn't make it into the film. So I'm really excited to see what we have here. Again, it's not going to be much. I'm sure we're going to be getting more and more as the year progresses, and as the closer we get to 2021, we'll be seeing a lot more of this trailer. And who knows, maybe they'll have a lot more to show off at DC Fandom in August. If you haven't seen my video breaking down what that is, it's DC's replacement for Comic-Con this year. So I'll check that out. I'll post up a little doobly-doo here for the video where I cover that. So I'm really interested to see what they have here. Again, it's not much, 34 seconds, but I'm ready for anything they got at this point. So here we go.
The bell's already been rung.
That a glyph of a mother box.
They've heard it.
Is that Darkseid?
Out in the dark, among the stars.
Oh, that looks good. I can't wait to see him in like full bore. Oh, it's too fuzzy. No. Go back. Hold on. Pause. Can we? How clear is that image? Now this is the maxed. Now we've seen this still. This still has been released on, Zack Snyder's Twitter, and you can find it everywhere. Just when promoting the Snyder Cut and everything like that. This image of Darkseid and his war machines and parademons and all that coming about. In the original cut, we did see kind of like a flashback of Steppenwolf charging onto his battle over Earth, fighting off the Themyscians, the Greek gods, Green Lanterns, among others. So I'm wondering if this was meant to take that place, or if that was filmed after the fact, because I know that they mentioned when talking about these promotional things, like this specific scene here that we're looking at is a young Darkseid. So my initial thought is maybe this is him conquering another planet, or this was actually him leading that charge in place of Steppenwolf, who was the one shown in the theatrical cut in Whedon's version. Let's roll it back here. We got Gal doing some research, some tomb hunting, tomb raiding, looking into Darkseid, and this beautiful monolith, this mural of Darkseid in his armor. I can't wait to see what this looks like. Obviously this is like an artist rendering, so it's like a rough idea of what Darkseid and his full potential is going to look like. But I like the concept design of it so far, and I really want to see this in full scale, full production and everything. And we got our little mother blocks, cubes combining here. You can see the three different ones overlapping. So this is alluding to what the goal was. I'm wondering where this is, or where in the world maybe this would have been. The mascara, maybe somewhere else. But yeah, again, like I said, not much. We had a little bit of a monologue carryover of Jesse Eisenberg talking about the bell being rung, which harkens back to the end of BBS, and that little sing as we fade into black, and his ding 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 thing. Yeah, I know some people hated that, but I don't know. There are some aspects to Jesse Eisenberg's likes that work. There's just a lot more that generally didn't, and still kind of bug me just about the character, the way he was written. But that's nothing on Jesse Eisenberg. But I am curious to see what they do with that character, because that was him going through this more of this chrysalis kind of stage in which he's supposed to evolve into the Lex Luthor that we know and love from the comics. So I don't know. I feel like a lot of people that were involved in all of this deserve another outing, at least another chance to shine out there and do what they signed up to do. And maybe, you know, maybe a lot of people I know feel the opinion, well, but BVS should have been better then. And there's a lot of sides to that story, but I really think that a lot of people, I don't think we gave them the chance they needed to really kind of shine. Because again, I think a lot of people, maybe I'm just generalizing too much or defending the film too much, but I love DC and that's just what I do. I'm sorry. I think that despite what we saw, that was not the end point for those characters, and we didn't get to see them transition into the point where they were meant to shine. At least that's my interpretation. And I hope that we get more of that in this version of the film so we can see and feel what those characters were meant to be portrayed like and get that whole arc fulfilled. It still leaves it open on what might happen after this, where they might go after this, the release of Zack Snyder's Justice League, and who knows, based on the reception, maybe they will pick up and conclude it. Maybe that's why we're seeing such like a standstill, aside from the solo films with Aquaman and Wonder Woman and the continuous postponing and delays of the Flash film might allow them to still have some wiggle room and freedom to follow up with what Zack Snyder wanted to do if the reception for this is much better than what we initially had with the theatrical cut. That might be a hopeful, optimistic view of the whole thing, but they are even entertaining the idea of releasing David Ayer's cut of the Suicide Squad, which also more deeply entangled itself in the Snyder Cut version of Justice League. There's a lot of elements that were removed from that movie and this one that were meant to connect and thread that needle that we just didn't get to see the conclusion of it or the fulfillment of that whole arc due to studio involvement and behind the scenes tragedies, a lot of things that were manipulated to kind of steer this in a different direction than what the visionaries who signed up for these projects intended to do. Whether you like the outcome, it sounds better or not. And like I said, I did like Whedon's version of the movie, though it was heavily flawed and did not line up or was not consistent with any of the films that came before it. As its own, just as a DC fan, I was really just excited overall just to see all of the large, hard-hitting members of the Justice League in live action, because that's not something that I ever expected to see. And seeing that on this big screen, honestly, despite everything else and all the problems that existed in the film, I still enjoyed it for that piece of my fan soul. I still accepted it because I didn't think we would get this. Honestly, I was just like, all right, this is what we got. I enjoyed elements of it. I really had fun with it. I've watched it a couple of times. It really sunk in. I didn't hate it. I didn't think it was bad. But I did think it could have been a better film, and it didn't match up with what was set up prior. There were some contradictions here and there, and some very obvious course corrections. Which I'm not going to lie, some of the fan service, like Danny Elfman's score and all that, I dug it. Don't kid me. I'm not kidding you. I fell for it. But yeah. And honestly, I don't remember if it was Zack Snyder or Whedon because I lost track of it. The scene, the post-credit scene with the Flash and Superman doing the race, man, I gotta say, like, I've seen that moment in comics, I've seen that moment in various animated scenarios and seen it on live action. I'd be lying if I said that moment didn't like give me chills and make me just feel like a kid again, man. But yeah, so what do you guys think? Sound off in the comments. What are your thoughts on this teaser? What are your thoughts on this look? What are you excited for out of this? What are your hopes, your dreams, your prospects for this whole debacle? Sound off. We'll carry on the conversation after the video, and thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate all of you guys, and I hope you're staying safe out in the world right now. It's still pretty crazy as things are opening back up, but take care of yourselves, take care of others, and be kind. So that's it for today. Catch you guys next time. Take care, everybody.